Hello, I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. I think this is my first Plan With Me of this year, and once again it is a very rainy day outside, so please do excuse this darker lighting. So this week is going to be a sardine and fish inspired theme based on this washi, and I do believe I have already done a Plan With Me using this washi last year on this channel, but I don't know, similar to like clothes and outfits, I feel like sometimes I feel like I kind of get in my head about repeating the same theme, which I think is really silly. I mean, I have like this washi tape, so might as well use it whenever I want to. And especially with themes with like a lot of different colors, you can really pull different color palettes out of it. So even though it is the same theme and washi tape, sorry, I'm having a hard time ripping that. Okay, anyways, even though it is like the same theme and washi tape, I feel like you can kind of achieve different looks out of the same thing just by changing up the color palette, lettering style, stuff like that. The reason I went with the sardine theme is my sister, brother-in-law, and nephew, they are currently away on a short little family trip, and they dropped off Luca's fish tank at my house so that I can feed it every day. It's really no trouble at all, but for some reason I feel this immense pressure. I think because this is Luca's first pet, and I feel like I need to take really good care of it. I do have a funny story though. When my sister texted me asking if I could babysit the fish, I meant to text back yup, but I accidentally texted back yum, as in like yummy. That was a very unfortunate typo, and it probably doesn't help that I eat a lot of tinned fish. Just came back from the bank, so I'm gonna put down this little money icon. After I finish filming this, I will catch up on some emails. I think this is how you can tell I really like what I do, because if you had asked me like 2 weeks ago what my plans are for the 2027 collection, I probably would have cringed and been repulsed by the idea. But yeah, I think this is how you can tell I really like what I do, because after just like a few days of rotting in bed, I got some ideas for the 2027 collection, and now I am really excited about it. Okay, my apologies. I think yesterday I didn't really end off the video. I think I got distracted, or maybe somebody called me and I just never came back to finish recording, so it was probably kind of abrupt. Anyways, today I actually woke up at 5:30. I asked my friend to call me if I don't text them at 5:30, because I used to be someone who woke up at 5:30 every day and had like a quiet morning before I guess the chaos of the day. And I don't know, over the past few months I have just been waking up later and later. I started sleeping until 6, and then recently I've been sleeping in until like 6:45 or 7, which I know there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I want to be clear. It's just that for me, I feel really good when I wake up at around 5:30 and I get that extra 30 or 40 minutes of reading time, whether it's like a book or catching up on some news articles, stuff like that. And one of my goals for this week is to really make some quality time for my hobbies, because what I have been noticing, apart from going to the gym, I don't really do anything on a normal day that kind of allows me to just chill out and relax, which is the case for most working adults. But I think I have been just like struggling a lot, because I start replying to emails at like 6 in the morning, and I basically go on until like 11 p.m. maybe. And what I noticed is that when it's time for me to get ready for bed, I start cramming all of my hobbies and kind of trying to extend my day. So I end up reading, writing, or doom scrolling until like 2 in the morning, which is not great. So yes, something that I'm trying this week is maybe around dinner time or lunchtime, I'm gonna try to do something that is related to one of my hobbies. It could be reading or some personal artwork, or maybe some like studying. And I'm hoping that with a little pocket of time during the day where I do something that I like, when it's time to go to bed, I don't feel like I have been prevented from enjoying my day. I hope that makes sense. And I keep forgetting to put down this weekly sticker because this is the first year that I'm using them, and I haven't really gotten into the habit. Okay, I think this is it for now. I don't know when I will be announcing the shop reopening. It'll either be Wednesday or Thursday, so I just wrote it on a sticky note for now, and then once it is confirmed, I will tape it down with a tape runner. Hello, it is actually currently Thursday morning. As you can see, I have not planned Wednesday at all. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but I just had a pretty off day mentally, and yesterday also happened to be a day where I had 2 meetings in the morning, so it was a pretty big change to my usual routine, and maybe I felt a little off by that, but I don't know. So I did a quick jog around the neighborhood. I didn't have time to work out before my meetings. The first one was at the bank. There was an issue with the wire transfer that I sent on Monday, so I had to go in and figure that out, and in the end it did work out, but I was really stressed because I was like, what if I don't get my money back? And then afterwards I had a meeting with Canada Post, and I think after all of that I was just feeling a little bit down. I am all good though. Yesterday I worked on the Q2 subscription washi tape, also the Q4 subscription washi template. I don't need any of this until Q4 when we sell the end of the year bundle. But again, I'm really trying to get ahead this year and not leave everything up until I need to actually sell them, which I know is a pretty obvious thing to do. But for me, something that I have realized is that there are 2 issues with designing too far in advance. The first is I do find myself improving quite noticeably throughout the year, or if I don't improve, maybe like my artistic style changes, or I just have different aesthetic tastes throughout the year. So if I design something too early, then maybe by the end of the year when I go to sell it, I'm just not as passionate about it. And the second issue is that when I design something and I'm passionate and proud of it, I just want to scream it and share it with the world right then and there. So it is very hard for me to sit on things that I am excited about for like 6 months. But yeah, I think this is just something that I have to kind of get over and do a better job at in order to ensure that I am personally not rushing all the time and staying up late, always trying to meet deadlines last minute. And the second thing is that it also ensures that customers aren't receiving their like seasonal and time-sensitive stickers too late in the year. So yeah, hopefully I can just do a better job of managing everything this year. Okay, I think this is all I have for now. As you can see here, my friend Carola is coming over in about an hour and a half, so I need to get my place cleaned up. We're gonna play with fountain pens, so it's gonna be really fun. Okay, talk to you probably tomorrow. Happy Friday. Let's continue with this. This morning I woke up a little bit past 6 and I got started with work right away. I think most of today we'll be working on the Q3 subscription pieces, which I know I'm already on Q3, which is kind of crazy because these deadlines aren't immediate. I'm finding myself spending more time designing each sheet, and therefore I'm putting in a lot more detail and thought into it, and I think overall I'm just like a lot prouder of how everything's coming together. So I will do a little bit of that in the early afternoon, and I think for the rest of the afternoon I might go to a cafe or something. Let's use this one just to do some sketching, some maybe commonplace writing, and maybe some studying as well. I feel like I haven't really gone to a cafe in a while, and I think later this evening I will work on an announcement that I have to make next week. It is an announcement that isn't so fun to make, and I have really been procrastinating it. I think as usual my brain is kind of making it sound worse than it actually is, so I really want to just like lock in tonight and get all of the write-ups and any infographics that I need done so that it is ready for next week. I know it's really annoying when people say like I have some really big news or announcement, but I can't tell you what it is. So I'm gonna stop talking about that. That is it for today. I will finish off the weekend probably tomorrow. All right, it is currently Saturday morning, so let's finish off planning this weekend. So last night, my parents actually came over and we had a little chat about just like the announcement that I will be making actually on Sunday. Originally, it was gonna be next week, but then something else came up yesterday on Friday, and now I have 2 pieces of bad news to share. I don't really want to just like talk about negative things all the time, so I'll just say I'm feeling anxious right now, but for the rest of today I'm going to try to just do some things that I enjoy doing. This morning I did a little bit of linear algebra review. For me, because I work in the creative field, I really like doing things like math to kind of take a break and calm down. And also, as an anxious person, especially when I'm dealing with stuff that are uncertain in the world, I like to do math because it is something that is certain and I can know whether something's true or false. But yeah, math is one of the ways that I like to calm down. All right, so then Sunday, I think I will post the announcement. I think I will post it around midday. I don't want it to be too early because I don't want it to like set the tone for the day, but also I don't want to like drag it out for too long and end up having it loom over my head the entire day. I'm not going to plan the rest of tomorrow because I don't know how things will turn out, but I think in the morning I will spend a little bit of time just playing with my planners. Okay, that is it for this video. I think it kind of took a bad turn, but I will say I really like how this looks aesthetically. Thank you always for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead and take care. Bye.